Hello, let's talk. So when I was a kid, I did not have cable television a lot of my life. There would be periods where I would have cable television. I'll be watching all the Disney Channel, all the fucking Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, TBS, whatever the fuck type of shows and channels and whatnot. Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi was a good fucking channel. Sci-Fi was one of my favorite channels. That's where you could watch Ghost Hunters and some other shows too. But in the realm of cartoons, there really wasn't that many options on, they called it antenna TV. And if you don't know what antenna TV is, it's pretty much, there's a certain point in time where cable television used to be kind of broadcast everywhere, and then they kind of retracted everything and they kind of separated off. So if you wanted certain channels, you would have to go to a certain cable branch, whether that was like Dish Network, Bright House, DirecTV, whatever the fucking shits are now. Now I just have my Roku and I can watch where the fuck I want, like Crunchyroll, YouTube, Netflix. I have adult money now. But back in the day when I was a young one that didn't have a lot of money in the household, but still was able to get by. The channels I would look out for were like Saturday mornings channel blocks, and then early morning cartoons that we used to show. And then, like PBS, Cubo, whatever the fuck. Now, the Saturday morning channel block used to come on the channel 18 or CW18. And I think a lot of people know of that channel specifically. It's like where King of Queens streams 100 times over. Everybody Loves Raymond, Seinfeld, Friends, also a lot of the late night shows, where the late night shows were the ones that people actually tuned in for, like Supernatural, Flash, Supergirl, and whatnot. But on antenna TV, channel 18 had a sister channel that was called 18.2, and usually whatever sort of antenna you had, you could get stronger channels and better channels, because I don't know why. It's just depending on how the strength of your antenna you had up. And don't even fucking talk about a thunderstorm. A thunderstorm would fuck that TV up, and I would be just I think I'm gonna jump. But anywho, channel 18 had a sister channel called 18.2. And on 18.2, they would show us some specific kind of shows. One I could pick out specifically would be the Wizard of Oz anime. Bitch, how many people knew that Wizard of Oz had an anime? But that's not the anime we're talking about today. Now, at a certain point, this show stopped showing on there, and that was honestly a sad fucking day. But for when it was on there, I remember it very vividly. And that is a show called Spider Riders. Now, I hate spiders, but these spiders are fucking cool as hell. Now, I'm gonna be really real with you. In my in-house, because I'm a little bit of a writer for myself, I don't share it anywhere else, but for a lot of my stuff that I do, for my own creative process and whatnot, I fucking used to, some of the stuff I would be very influenced by that show specifically, Spider Rider. Now you may ask, what Spider Rider is about? So, Spider Rider is about a kid named Hunter Steele and his journey through the inner world of Arachna. And at the center of this world is a giant sun that contains a spirit known as the Oracle. Now, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I wish this anime was a little bit more mainstream, but honestly, it was a good fucking show. For at least for a kid standing, in my opinion. It was pretty much the premise of Hunter Steele. His grandpa was a treasure hunter or some type of bullshit, whatever fucking main protagonist shit got going on. But he got curious one day and fucking went into the jungle and went into this fucking temple for who knows fucking why. And he's fucking 14, 15, I think he's honestly 12. But somewhere in that age group. And he was just off by himself exploring. Don't know why. But it doesn't really matter. He stumbles into this temple, and then he ends up triggering some type of trap or some type of thing. And this trap falls through, and he lands into the world of Arachna, which is the world that's inside the earth. In this, you have people who are kind of like adjacent to humans, and then you also have a race of people that are, I forget the name of them. I think it's called like infected or something like. Sorry, they're called infected, which are insectoid type people, creature type of things. They're just like a mix of like bugs and humans kind of fused together into a weird way. And they were the genuine like enemy to like this humanity that lives in the center of the earth. Always causing some type of issue, always causing some type of fucking. It's pretty much like Monster of the Day type of stuff, but honestly, it played it in a very genuine anime sense. The infected constantly try to take over the town they lived in and whatnot. And in this world, there are giant spiders that are said to be the protectors of the Oracle or whatnot. They're giant spiders that are supposed to be tamed by spider riders, hence the name of the show. And they're supposed to collect all, I believe, either there's like I don't know how many specifically, but I think it's like called Oracle keys, and they're supposed to gather these Oracle keys to, I guess, try to stop the infected takeover and whatnot. But this is very much like a magical girl slash, I don't know, a magical girl slash like, I don't know how to call it, more like magical kid or magical warrior type transformation type of thing. But specifically, there was like this prophecy of 8 spider riders. So we, along the way, we find all 8 of our spider riders that are a part of our little group and whatnot. And it's just so cool. I don't know how to explain it. I don't remember the specific prophecy and whatnot, but they actually had like good, genuine stories in there. Like, I remember like I think there's a guy called Buggies, and he's like has this like forbidden like love story that he like had I think he was originally like a human at some point, or he was in love with a human or something like that, and his girl died, and that's why he became so like a soul fucking like badass warrior, and he was just like couldn't change his heart and what. Also, the Oracle keys would give. I think Hunter only used them like specifically, but I think a couple other characters used them too. Or he would use the Oracle keys and he would go through this evolution sequence. Like he'd call it Oracle's Light, and his suit would evolve, and I would just love that whole fucking sequence. His suit would evolve, and his fucking weapon would evolve, and then what was his spider's name? I forget his spider. His spider was named Shadow, and Shadow would go through an evolution as well, and it was just so cool. At least it was to me back then. I don't know how the show still stands up to nowadays cartoons, but I'm sure there's a whole bunch of better ones. But still, like back in the day, cartoons were so fucking amazing. Especially the ones you could find on offshoot fucking channels that are just like, who the fuck would know about Spider Riders? I'm sure it showed on other channels or whatnot, but like, I knew it just only, from my standpoint, it only showed on 18.2, and no one else except for me and my dad and my mom knew about it. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little talking about Spider Riders. Bye. See you later.